Hi. Okay, so hope everyone had a really good Christmas, and you can see how exactly it is. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of things to talk about. So, update with me. Let's see. I moved out of Ashford. There was a lot going on. So, as you know, anyone who's been a military spouse or anything like that, and no defamation or slander, things went missing, and things went missing, and they weren't supposed to know. And when they weren't supposed to know, you couldn't even, anyone who's been in the military and law enforcement, you can't even talk about it. You sit there and you go, did you really do that? You can't even. I can't. Oh God, my glasses are all concocted today. I look at it. Here it is. I'm trying to get like natural light in here. It's just the way the room is. So that's why I like stuck my dad. I just can't even like actually get it like on and going. But okay, so like like a lot of things actually happened. Like a lot of things I couldn't believe the gang activity and the affiliate activity that came out of that strip club that one day. What did you do else? Holy smoke! There it is. There it is. Oh, it is. There it is. Yeah. So, update with me. Um, I'm still going through that where everyone goes, "No, it's just a cold." I'm like, "No, something heinous happened out here in Connecticut that I have to keep showing up to tell them that there's something wrong with me." Everyone's been through it. Let's see. So most of the incidences have started coming into court out here, and that's all we can say. Kids are on their choice of wanting to go back to school. Um, I instead of homeschooling, and that was it. And then as people know, when you're trying to filter it out, they're like, "There's no securement here at the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There's no securement of like your inheritance. There's nothing." I said, "I have nothing. It's okay." How many of us have actually been through this? You can't even like talk about it. It hurts. And you're like, "Yep, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there." So, all right, let's going on. So there's President Zelensky came back, and then Prime Minister not on you. So let's see what's going on with that. What's going on with that? Here it is. I'm just looking at this listing of a Camilla. There's something about in the energy between them. It's like a young, like emotional offer. It really goes and actually like does like a ton of things, a ton of things. With this meeting with the president and the prime minister, for them, like let's actually look because I was asking about this. I was like, is it why is Mar-a-Lago common ground? Why is it common ground? Because there's nothing else. Because the page of cups is like it's young. There's something about justice in Mar-a-Lago that has not come out, like where it makes people unhappy and discontented. There's someone of like feminine energy that sits well, almost a mother figure. And when you see this, when you see the Nine of Wands in reverse, you go, hmm. It's like a halt put stop, like a halt put stop. Um, when I see this, there's something like there's no victory there and confirm. Like you just like go there and like it's done. Like people meet there and like to get it done. So when I look at this, it's like on the table, like offers on the table, and that's all you need to know. Alrighty. So as we like go about, Um, let's take a look at this. The FBI Giants search for missing Texas 19-year-old. That is happening again. Young ladies being just out of nowhere gone. First, we're going to children, and now we're going to young ladies. What do we need to know? Okay, so like when you see this is the trolling card. Its wings like flew the coop to a coop car, working together. You're gonna have to pace yourself in that investigation. There's something about a perspective on how it happened, and when he said there's a story behind it, there's a nasty story. When you see this, when you see snail, you go, yeah, because like all of a sudden you don't know why you look at a snail and you're like, is it like conked out, like something conked out? And when you see this, you see bravery. There's something about hunger, senses, about sexuality, something about family, historical, guarded, wall. And when you see this, healing, something like healing. And when you do this and you do moon, like you're not to know, like it locks down and like HIPAA and everything the way that it really should be until it becomes like the Freedom of Information Act. So the Freedom of Information Act really in translation means you're allowed to know it on the basis of health, welfare, and safety, and as it pertains to you. So when we do this, and you actually like get out, you can't believe it, and that's when stories actually start coming in and talking about why like you gotta get like everything about yourself checked out after an incident. So what I'm saying is it will cause a rebellion. You have to be careful with certain things, and until they're ready to release information, it's kind of a wit and like humor about this case. When I see this last card, when I see Spider, it really is like this saying about cobwebs in a house. All right, I mean that's about it. So, what does the Universal Collective need to know? Because we're going into New Year, um, a lot of stuff moved over to Patreon. We're still kind of looking at like what is best and what is not. What else? What else do we need to know? We're still trying to get everything like in bearing here. We couldn't believe how bad it was. Okay, so what we need to know is eagle. What we need to know is fish and shark. So intuitively, instinctively, and as a psychic, I would have to say, going into the new year, pay attention. Pay attention to everyone. Like, Tiwaka was talking about, like this lifting of a veil of something that's going to get like fired up. And as I was reading, and that reading is on Patreon in 2026, it goes like nasty show to firing up the whole meanings of fire. And it has to do with planetary conjunction and conjuncture. of like clear universal energy from past Milky Way. And when that comes in through like what we're talking about, like this hole in the ozone, it hits you in the face. It makes people like stir crazy haywire. So they do things that are like not supposed to. When I see dragon, it brings me back to this instance of like a water monitor that moves out here, and we just sit in our houses until it got caught. Okay, so as this, it's not a coincidence. Moth came out for me. When I see moth, I actually see like how someone could actually be transformed. When I see this, this is like when I see whale, it's a vibration and frequency that hurts. And when I look at this and I see elk, it's so old to a known to a rowan. A rowan is an old Scottish term of like how everything is of like regal and royalty and how they would go out on the hunt. When I see octopus, I see this old like carousel act, and I see actually like a med carousel. There's something about like a med box that's going on. So when I see this and I go, like swan, you can't even make it up. Like it means everything. It's like black swan event, and then it goes like how you could do everything. When you see horse, you could go. This is like highly spiritual, highly spiritual. What I had seen was that World War III was really not going to be boots on the ground. It really was like psychics, it was mediums, it was witchcraft, it was like militia, but everything was like done legally and lawfully. So how someone would feel about like a militia would be like community watch. Like you can't even like boil it down. It makes sense. So where everyone's like, no, this is almost too much. I gotta sit, which is actually okay. It really is. So to confirm again, my real dialect is actually Irish. So my voice is a little bit weak. So I have it a little bit like toned down for me. For most of my life, I actually did that. Somebody is like trying to call me out in a little bit. My grandfather put a magician's cover in me because at 2 years old I started speaking Irish, and they still had that stigma and stigmata and everything about like deportation. So do you think he freaked again? Like I can't even make it out. The energy of the deck is spider. So I said it is spider web effect that is causing like nastiness. All right, that's enough out of the animal spirit oracle. I mean, that's pretty strong. So I would have to say there's like a disturbance of the peace um, out there, and I would have to say that it was like absurd, absolutely absurd. When I look at this, I see planetary guardian, I see galactic core. There's something within it all that's being guarded, and I have to say their own. So the true definition of own is of one self feature, and one self feature means everything about yourself. But literally, when you sit well and you're attuned and you're aligned and everything's on, like your chakras don't even have to be on, like you can listen to yourself. Probably have chakras going on and off, on and off that leads you into. All right. So brought right back to DC pipe bomb suspect in court. This guy like literally couldn't even make macaroni and cheese. The way that I'm seeing this as like a matter of fact, point blank psychic says something just snapped. Like literally, there he is. So that's how you know, like it's what we call in witchcraft an NOWN. When they're an NWN, they're like a curse walking upon the earth. And you have to actually keep a tab on them. You go back to the rule of three, which is in Wicca. It really is to protect yourself from a devil's advocate. The devil's advocate literally will follow you into a next lifetime. It literally will. Oh Lord, that was enough almost. So let's look again about this DC pipe bomber. It was like a timeline jump. That's what they're saying with this guy. Like some things were not meant to come in yet into society that we have now. That's why they're freaking out about AI. So when I look at this and I see Alice, outside, I still can't even say it right. I think they want me to say it right. Like there was something that was like point blank, even up to the stars, that opened up a door that wasn't supposed to. Some people, I like if you talk about the Ouija board and stuff like that, they can actually open up like doors to like heinous. Somebody remembers this, like it's really calling it right out. Like a bunch of people are like, yeah, this is like Sam, like Zodiac killer, like type of stuff. So when you look at Charlie Kirk, and Erica Kirk is advocating that cameras literally have to. I feel like she's watched this guy a couple times. She's like, I think you've got to like actually watch this. This is odd. There's something like universal like knowledge. I feel it has to do with the veteran community, at least like what I've seen. Um, Confirming and like vetting because I usually do it quick. That's how you knew like I really grew up around the affiliates, the Crips and the Bloods. I couldn't even make it up into Crips and the Bloods where I was in a little small town. Like technology, let's see, Cosmic Unity, and they don't like that because they're not real. It's not reality, John. The Crips and the Bloods are not real. Okay. They forego on their own and like all the criminals come out of the woodworks. That's all you need to know. They're running with colors, and that's all you need. So you got this kind of community to everything. Other other hand, yep, everyone is. Everyone's still running and still like trying to heal from the 90s, and they'll recognize it. And it's things like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. So rooted light, literally, like an interceptor will heal everything. Excuse me. Still healing. Still healing after what occurred last. All right, Starseed Oracle. What do we need to know? Oh Lord. All right. There's pulsing, pulse down, like pulse of the mother slow down. There's something about matriarchy that's coming in that you have to sit down. You gotta like sit down. So when I see this, I'm actually seeing it in my own family. That women, you gotta sit with mothers, energy. You're talking about like you got the love, Hungarian energy, frequency, boundaries. Absolutely, absolutely. Out of the cosmos, the intelligence, lies within. There's something about grandmothers and what they did. Like you start yelling at longing for home, homesick for the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go for it. You'll know when. Sometimes yet things will be well done. And this you see Star Keeper, cosmic ancestors see the light by staying grounded. Yes, stay grounded in reality. As it plays out in front of you, that is your reality. Oh, right. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Like, so, like, did I just get caught up? Yep, there it was. So then you do full no, full no. You can't even do, nope, DONE. That's why I go, nope, DONE. Thank you. Nope, proceed forward. And I'm like, literally proceed forward. I'm almost at the point probably I can sit with certain lawyers and judges. He's like, he would be getting cocky for it. So that was how it is. So in reality, law enforcement and military and healthcare providers, they get like when they get injured, no matter of fact, you kind of get like jostled in your body. So the way that your soul sits in the body, like you get loose. And when you get loose, you settle back in. And when that happens, like you can't actually believe it. So then, like as you readjust, your intuition and your instinct and like gifts come out, and then you settle back in. Like it's over and over. So would you think like if somebody got impeded, it would actually do something to keep themselves safe? Absolutely. That's why it's a mishmash. So when I look at this, this is the Lenormand. We got the 20 with the 8 of spades. It's something of like a guarded, gated community. When I look at this and I say like 28, the ace of hearts, if someone like like honest nature, as they said, like they're reading through mail and they're looking through everything. And I'm not like my here there was like you're really not to know where, and then you would go, uh, let's see about this three. There's something about this on like a set sail, SAE, SAIL, old word, SAILE. It's something like get a gone, get a gone. Now, when I see this and I go, uh, no, number 32, this is something I talked about with somebody. Like, we're saying it happens overnight. And then they go, no, it happens at like angel time. Angel time is actually that 3 to 6, like evolving, revolving, and set in on through, which really, with my experiences with how it like goes through, because in reality, there's also someone just fascinating in a way. Explain why Oakland out here a lot. One way is because we had whitey bulgur out here up in Massachusetts and Southie. And Southie, like everyone did a run through, which means they literally had like cocaine, heroin, and all of that. And they run right through them like a ghost. And when they do that, like you can do strange things, but not really that really good. So usually when this happens, like you have to like actually do a lot. So some people might actually be able to do like attunement and attainment, and that's like an old word, like how well you're hearing. And when you do this, you go like all out to where they're really good at witchcraft out here. You know, when I see this and I see 34 with peanut diamonds and fish, you actually have to sit seaside. So then I start going, oh gosh, they're bringing me right on through. I gotta go. There is a, I don't even know. I get more like insane asylum at this place called Seaside out here. It's highly haunted. It's usually pretty calm, but it is not. Like I said, that was the most heinous one out here where you couldn't even do. You couldn't even do. They said Mansfield Training School was like heinous. I said no, Seaside is like it came right out of there. That's how we know that the SF and the Third Reich was still going on with some dirty dealings. Now, I don't really see the Insurrection Act, but when you actually have it out in the mainstream media, I have to say that it is like all like on, all going, all. a wartime leader. I mean, he really did well. He did well. Oh yeah, yeah. So there's something about him, about his past life history, and you have to respect it. He's still going through it, like all of us. And as he's clearing and trying to ground in reality and try to help the country, like it's coming out of him. Um, this is so old. It goes back to like our first life existence. So War of the Roses. Nobody knows where it pops up. Now, I am someone that when I was stung by the Christian floods and the Latin Kings and the Renta Rays and the Beta Bars, I like it was like 32 people that like officers could not believe I was still alive at all. Clearing the way, like you just have to sit here and clear and clear. Muse, like it's like a butt of the joke. When you see this and you see add some, it's like you actually do sound like you settled down with this. When you see this and you see the king scrolls, it's something I documented. It's like lore. So as I like educated before, lore is one of those things that come in and it touches you. And when it touches you, you can't actually like do a done. And when you actually can't even see it, you go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You can't even believe it. Uh, Lore is when a criminal actually makes that hard connect of everything and anything all the way down to the end. So when I said, why am I a criminal? Because I accidentally hit a chicken with my car and a turkey because then it's foul play. Done. I mean, that's how easy it was. You couldn't even make it up. That's how like nonsensical a criminal is when they're spiraling out from intoxication. So when you actually have to look at the criminal, they're like the button on your shirt when you see it will pop you up because you saw the figure and the result of what they were going to do. Alrighty. So then you think you got it all, and then the occult comes in. Not done. That's why it's classified sensitive and confidential. Because something else happened. All right. There's something coming in about like a getting together about marriage that is like kind of like stale and it's a put out and it's a cut out. I know out here one of our criminals actually did a curse to break our wedding stones. You can't even say it. Alrighty. Let's go. There's like an alleviation of difficulty. Let me just shut my door in here so you have some quiet. One second. All right. Good Lord. Now it is like there's a halt. There's like halt. Like hold up, in a bunch of situations. And then you have like collaboration. And then you have articles. Then there's like no offerings. You see this? You see the Six of Swords? And then you go Six of Swords, moving on. Turbulent Force. There's something about breaking the plane. You see this and you see the Two of Wands. You go, there's something not working. I had to sit with that for a little bit. Disrupt. They don't make sense. When there's no coming in, it doesn't make sense. Like there's a get together. I just see family get together. I don't see holiday. It's kind of called chaos. Alrighty. Five of Pentacles in reverse. No tangible. No tangible. No judgment. Yeah, like judgment. I'm seeing senses. Actually, sinus cavity. And I look at this and I see the star. Alright, you see, so this is justice. You get wishes fulfilled on like a done on something. It like a fishing hook. And you see this and you see the wheel, and then the Nine of Pentacles. There's like no prudent path. No prudent path. Yep. When you see this, and when you look at it, you go, or you can't, like you can't actually go through like something guarded. I'm seeing a lot of people sitting and grounding and meditating, like trying to regain their focus. There's something about their eyes, like they're trying to rest their eyes. Like you can't look into it. All of a sudden, everyone's like, no, 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 hip hop. It's good. So then when you look at this, and there's like money loss. Like I've been saying, like you gotta watch your retirement. You got to. Out here, we had what is called imposter syndrome. And then we have again, is uh, imposter syndrome as a witch, a witchcraft. Let's see. Well, that's how it's highly complicated what they do. Yeah, so basically they took like three illegal substances in here, and then they took them out of spoon and they clanked it. And when they clanked it, the people go like outside and like this. So when you do this, you can't actually like, do anything, but you can actually see it. And when you actually see it, so that is like how bad everything was. When you see this and you see the Five of Cups in reverse, and you see this, you the Queen of Swords in reverse to balance, you're not gonna make fun of nothing. You gotta follow your intuition and instinct before it makes sense. Yep. That like you just I said no, it meant no. There we go. This is something like that. Right. There's something coming in strong that came right now about this. 1 years old. Yeah, I have to say, I was just like, as I see his name, he's definitely a nice synthesizer. Um, there's something about wealth about this. A four, right? Like an RIT. It's witchcraft. Or witchcraft. Um, they come in like they're like mediumship is saying like warrior. They're coming in to like cut it out of you. But in reality, like they're not. And you see this, and you say, you say, well, you go, you gotta go along with it until like you see it in your face. I got to say, like there's something about tearing of the eyes when you're around them to visual issues. That's like I'll say like you just can't keep your words out to actual like jaw pain. Yeah. Now when I look at it and I see um like uh, everything like up to blowing your nose, like actually like doing daily nasal spray or nasal lavage. Um, up to random broken bones, random and no osteoporosis. It's like rare. When I see this, it has to do with the house of like I can't even get out the an actual house. When I look at zodiac, you know, get like the house. I'm seeing Capricorn, I'm seeing Sagittarius, and I'm seeing Taurus. When I see this, and I see Nadis at night, always like nighttime ritual. Usually, if you do practice, and especially in coven, is like between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. is dinner. It's at dinner. Okay, Charlie Kirk. That gentleman who's on trial for it, he looks bad physically. He looks clear. What I'm hearing is really not against the law to have cameras in the it doesn't violate his rights. When I look at this and I go, gift, power, where are they getting your power with it? That's odd. See, joy, think about like smoke bring it back to the masters, gathering together, like, and hidden. And I hear like even in like the energy like it's again you still gotta get like the evidence. You still gotta like observe everything. It's so like scattered and sparse. Alrighty, what else do we need to know? Flu. Alright, something highly dictative. I see this as you five chemicals. I actually see like a type of like a lost securement. I see three cups of like a getting together. I see this, there's like a lot of anxiety. And then you see this and you see the two of cups. So there was something about this like a partnership, like a hand in hand. When you see this and you see the four of cups, you go the chariot. Like you can't actually like go through it. When you see this and you see the hangman, you go to eight of swords. Like it's like confirmed. There's like something confirmed. When you see this, you go to like the Empress. There's like feminine energy coming in with you here. Alrighty, a firewood, a firewood. We'll take a break. Alrighty, so we've got luck, defense, see arcana, search, money, going on, go for it, see living. We see Nadis. When you see like wealth, see warrior. We see like havoc, when you see like flow. This is like odd. So we're at the point where it's like highly obscured, highly obscured. It's not occulted to the point where you actually feel like this is a little absurd about what happened. Alrighty. Yeah, like I said, there's something about like I don't know why it's like birthday, like propane. I usually don't. Like there's something like nasty like this was like something at night. It's something like fun. It's criminal, but it's not. No, it's not well. Still fate. Alright, let's take a break from that. Second pilot down to New Jersey. I'm generalized black box. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to find. There's something that they're going forward on with like Charles is already reading the ticker. Is the judge orders really said she was expected and I was doing those pauses for you guys. But um they're gonna go forward with something. Like you can't even believe it. The doctor should release audio next week. You gotta see it and you gotta hear it. I would wish we went to understand what happened that day at the like there was like something known with Charlie Kirk that was like going out and being released that was really good, really good. And when it happened, it was like I see his company running hard with it. You couldn't even see exactly what was going on in truth. Now, when we actually see it, you go, you can't even do ill about it. And you can't do ill. Why am I looking at Illinois? What's going on with Illinois? As I look at Erica, she's just the spouse that's mourning right now. She's grieving. So there's some days that she's probably not gonna be able to get over it correctly and try and keep up with the company events. Like all I see is like hearing. That's all you need to know. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back soon. Probably by 11 and see what else is going on. But if you have any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, and share is greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you soon around 11 o'clock. Hi everyone, we're back as Jennifer Mindseye, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look and continue on what we're doing. Now, right here on the news, we got the new law in Virginia to limit social media for kids under 16. So basically, what you need to know is that there is a law already. Um, I'm seeing in mediumship at like 1600s to 1700s, they talked about the law of limit, and the law of limit was to actually like what they call like a pertain out. And when they pertain out back in the 16 and 1700s, they would actually like just kind of like do like daily living, but they could actually like see through like smoke. So they were people who were like probably Native American or religious aspects, and when they could see these things they could say no, like you just couldn't even like do anything. So when you actually look at this and you say, does this disturb some people, the new Virginia law to limit social media for kids under 16, I'd have to say yeah, because it does violate their rights of number 3, number 9, and number 19. Because they are what's called a law of limit. Law of limit is like how much are they actually limiting in the house. So when you actually look at it and you look through, like it boils right up, back up to the addendum that I'm saying as a psychic, it has to do with like going in and actually looking at it so hard that you can't actually do it. So let me put in like plain language what this law says. All right. After my head injury, like I can literally pick up on verbatim things from this incident. Right now, Virginia. So yeah, the law of limit and pertain out. Yeah, Dad. Okay, Dad. Guys downstairs. Yeah. All right, thanks, Dad. All right, sounds good. So then you have to do. Okay, let me go back because I lost that for a second. Right, so you got the law of limit, you got the pertain, and then you have to literally like do like a kind of like a cast out of the like friends and stuff like that, and like any family members or anything like they're associating with, because minors are the most impeded. They always don't have like the clear senses. Like they gain and gather like it sticks to them, and we just don't know why. So when you actually just like someone who has like conservatorship or healthcare proxy or anything like that, they actually will test a like clear sound mind where that they're gonna like respect their rights. So when I actually go through it and I go, it does like violate it. Are they doing it to the max result? I would have to say, like, if it's like a fits the bill, they have the right to say, like, I'm ripping social media, like, right out of your phone because, like, you can't get this behavior out of the house and out of you. And, like, that's the way that like, parenting that they're talking about should be. Um, go into down to like morals and ethics, then it boils down to like, should you hit your kids? Should you, like, God forbid you leave a bruise on them? God forbid you break their arm? God forbid, like, you do anything or like reject a meal or like you put like family members in their place and say no, like quit giving them this and this and this. It actually goes to that here in the state of Connecticut. Grandparents don't have rights. So when I talk about they are allowed to say it because you can't take their right away of saying something and taking it to heart. But actually, when it comes to it, like 2 times, that's when you have to say, like, you got to put something into action from family and friends. So when I look at it and I go, being a true, like, criminal activity comes into our house in a way unknown. That's what we're talking about. Strange like behavior. Anyone who does like paranormal activity or anything. Like they know ghosts come into the house and stuff like that. And so when we say like be careful on how you're dabbling into something or checking into something, you got to ground and protect and keep yourself realistic and real. That when it comes right down to it, it really does not impede the rights of the American public to have that law, but you have to make it known. But does it actually rip apart social media? It really doesn't. It really doesn't. There's something about it with this gang that they have put out like a 729 that like comes like overboard where I have to emphasize that, and I almost like turn sick and sour about these mothers who their sons were talking, and they get like ambushed and they had to give money, and all of a sudden they untimely deaths. So when I say like it came in every angle, I had to say like it, I'd have to look at everything. All right. So federal agents escalate probes and so Minnesota fraud. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there was something to it. Like here it is, minors impeded. That finally came out. So right now you have the biggest one that keeps getting shown is Nick Shirley on X. I see him from OAN Network. OAN Network is probably they would say like a bias, but it really isn't. They're very objective than subjective. That's what I'm seeing as a psychic. They're very small, but they do get it out there. So that's where that old saying of syndicate comes in. So when syndicate comes in, you can't actually like do a done on it in the media, which means you can keep talking about it. Now, when you actually look and you go, okay, Minnesota law lets voters vouch for up to 8 people's addresses to allow them to vote. Yeah, to a degree, there's something about an addendum that allows that. I think like talking about it, that people are not as impeded as what they think they are. Let's look at this. Let's look at the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, there's something about like it. There's like no securement on something, and like it ended quickly, and it wasn't like planned or prudent or like a paved path, but it's heavily like grounded and like protected, this unsecurement, and it actually brings in like wealth. You can't even believe it. So when I see this and I see the page on a paper, when I see the Page of Pentacles, I actually look at this and I see the Seven of Cups. Like it's not realistic of like reeling in like a fishing reel or anything like that. It's not manifested to a manifesto. It does complete a cycle in the universal collective, like a goal. You can't even believe it. That's when the Knight of Swords comes in. That's the energy. It came in quick. The huge change. Huge change. All right. What else do you know? All right. What was Bragg's Mr. Swords scandal involved in? Okay, bragged is an associate term of like putting gold on the table. So when you see like the unfolded system, like that's what I'm getting like a little bit guided to. Like you don't have to worry, just sit and watch and listen. they will talk to you like intuitively and instinctively, and explain it to the best of their ability. There's something of like watch it out. Like all of a sudden, everyone's saying like watch your surroundings a little bit more. I would have to say in like coincidence, which is really odd, really odd. They're saying hard community. There's like a hard community coming together in many places. They're recognizing people of how hard they really worked. So when I see this Queen of Keys, it's like old gold that comes to the table. Like I said, grandmother ancestors. Our Archangel Raphael, like you hear like almost like whispers in your ear. So when you see this and you see the spring and autumn, you go, not fall, but it's cement and concrete. So when you look at this and you go to the treasure, and when you see this, and the treasure, and then you see the archangel Gabriel to the oracle there. That's when the prophecies are coming in. That's what religious aspect is coming in. That's where it goes. It goes up in the air. So basic, it goes on like sovereignty. It goes on free will choice, the right to own yourself, the right to like know oneself and be true. And when I look at it, I go, you just can't even believe what it feels like to be like nothing upon nothing within you, and you're like living your life the way that you're supposed to, and nobody's really dictating it. So when I look at it and it goes to like the way that it is, you just can't even see it coming. So with that being said, I really don't feel that there's much. It was like a quick return back into the show. What I can see in the next like few days, I can see something like a goalpost to like a preform, um, like objective looking, and the objective looking goes. There was like something else on the bench, they're looking at wooden benches and everything of that nature. And when that comes in, like you actually people start chattering a little bit more. So when I look at it and I go, there's something else going on, you can't even believe it at all, and that's all you need to know. So with that being said, I wish everyone a happy new year. I wish them to be safe. I wish them to be well. Good luck as it comes in. With any questions or concerns, leave a like, comment, and share is greatly appreciated. We are on Patreon. We just signed up with True Social, and we will talk to you soon.